Coming up,
I want people to see it and
not be afraid of it.
our friends at Anatomy have a new location and show us 2 exercises to strengthen your glutes without putting pressure on your lower back. If you're an automotive enthusiast, you'll definitely want to check out this luxury garage and social club. Plus, taping your mouth shut may be a strange thing to do, but it also has some strange health benefits we'll share with you.
All that and more is today on SoFlo Health.
Picture Miami. What do you think of? Beaches? Yes. But then what? Traffic, okay. What's in the traffic? Cars, yes. And what kind of cars are associated with Miami and SoFlo? Lambos, Ferraris, Rolls Royces, and all of these luxury cars call Haggerty Garage and Social home. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and I'm sitting with Joe San to learn about this grand garage lifestyle and what it's all about.
I'm inside Haggerty Garage and Social, and I'm now joined by Joe San. Joe San, thank you so much for being with us today. Tell me, what is Haggerty's Garage?
It is a local hub for car enthusiasts to celebrate car culture.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some pretty cool cars behind us right now. What are these?
So right here we have a 355 GTS and an Aston Martin DB4.
Is this a place for people with a lot of money, or is anyone welcome here?
It's anyone that has a love for cars, not just with a lot of money. We have anything from hypercars to your regular weekend track cars.
So what happens here? What's the social aspect?
We do events every month, whether we're watching an F1 race, the World Cup, or we're just hanging out to watch a football game. Now we have the basketball games going on.
So how many cars are here?
So right now we're a little bit close to about 80 cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that close to capacity? Do you have room for more?
We do have room for more. Yeah. We're looking to expand in the near future. We're going to put lifts in and then hopefully get us to closer to 200.
Oh wow, that's a lot of cars.
That's a lot of cars. Yeah.
So how did this come to be? Why should somebody come here?
If you're looking for extra space for your collector cars, or if you just run out in parking, this is a great space to keep your car. And classic cars are always an issue when it comes to ownership. Driving them is the funnest part. Owning them is always a pain. So what we do is we, keep it on a charger, keep it clean for you, keep it serviced. So when you come and drive your classic car, you just get in, start, and go.
What if I don't have a car, but I love car culture, or I have a car, but it's not necessarily one I would celebrate, but I just love car culture?
We have a social membership. So being part of the club gets you access to our facility, whether it be to wash your car, to work on your car, or to just come and hang out as a cafe. We have Wi-Fi, we have tables with charging, even a conference room with a Ferrari in it.
Now, is this the only location?
No, so we actually have 9 locations across the US, 3 in South Florida, Miami being one of them. We have Delray Beach and Palm Beach. We have a New York location, Chicago, 2 in Seattle, 2 in LA.
Well, Joe San, thank you so much for giving us a rundown on what goes on here. We're going to continue to explore Haggerty's Garage and Social, but first, you have to watch this. Do you remember that time we went to Anatomy? It was a while ago. They've been friends of the show for 5 years. We went to Miami Beach location and Midtown, and now they're in Doral. So we're gonna head inside and learn about some fun leg movements that you can do. And when I say leg movements and fun, I really mean my quads are about to hurt. Anatomy. I'm now joined by Jennifer here at Anatomy. She's a body architect, which I like way better than personal trainer for sure. And we're gonna talk about some interesting movements that you do here at Anatomy. Specifically one that you wanted to show me to improve deadlift form, to get those glutes right, hamstrings. That's what we're doing here, correct?
yes, correct. Well, we're going to be working on the queuing, which is very important. I like to think of this exercise as you should get this down on point, and then you can just move this to the weight room.
So what do I need to do?
All right, right now you're gonna stand in front of the bench.
Okay.
You're gonna face me. I want you to grab the band, and then I want you to lock your arms out. Lock them out. Then I want you to round your shoulder blades right there, just like a gorilla. And then I want your knees to be straight. There you go. And then I want you to keep this tension here the whole time.
Okay.
So now you're gonna push your butt back, push back, push back, push back, push back, push back. Are you feeling the hamstrings?
Yeah.
So now I want you to press the inside of your feet and push your butt down to the ground. So press, go very slow, 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 and press. Good job.
Yeah, I'm literally
All right,
shaking.
let's go on, sir. Good job. Amazing.
All right, next, what are we doing?
So we have a machine here in anatomy. It's called the pit shark. So I wanted to walk you through the machine.
Okay.
Just because I want people to see it and
Not be afraid of it.
not afraid. I know it says pit shark, but it's a friendly machine. It's a friendly shark.
All right, well, I think I see it over there, so let's go.
Let's go.
Do it.
Anatomy is an all-encompassing fitness facility. We're a luxury boutique gym. We have everything from a full strength equipment, so pin-assisted machines, to free weights. Group fitness classes is unlimited, fully included in the membership. We uniquely have what is our first built-from-scratch We Ride studio, which is a spin studio. 27 bikes, a fully immersive experience. Projector, the screen in the background, the music, and the beat of the with the instructor going. It's very different from what you experience here in the Doral community.
Here we are, as promised, the pit shark. All right, Jennifer, what am I doing now?
So basically, I'm just gonna want you to stand. Yeah, like
Over?
right there.
Sure.
Perfect. So get like in a stance position for a hinge. I want you neutral back when you lift this up. Neutral back, so lift up. There you go. Up, there you go. Now I want you to bring your feet a little closer. And so, same thing. You're gonna want to leave your knees a little straight and then push your butt back, push back, up slower, there you go. So slow and controlled. I'm gonna come around because there's a safety bar that we use, and
Tell you what, you can feel exactly what we felt over there translated here, but you can also add weight, correct?
correct, so you can go as heavy as you want. So this machine, because it has a belt, so you're basically loading just from the waist down. All right, so now I want you to squat, hold the handles, make sure you lift and press with your feet.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Ah, you see? Good job. Come down, sit back. Good job. Press up. Good job.
You can hear my breathing's a little bit deeper, and for good reason. Well, Jennifer, I gotta say, had a great time here at Anatomy.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, please, thanks for having us. We've been coming to Anatomy for 5 years since the beginning of this show, and it's always a great time, and people like you take good care of us, so.
I appreciate that you were so easy to train, and you can come back anytime.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you heard that? Listen to your trainers, because they're here to help.
Come right back. More luxury automotive scenery and the health benefits of taping your mouth shut are after the break on SoFlo Health.
Focusing on you. Innovations in modern medicine from your team of experts at UHealth, the University of Miami Health System.
Heavy snoring wasn't only preventing Don Adkins from getting a good night's sleep.
I would get woken up sometime with an elbow.
Don had obstructive sleep apnea. He went to see Dr. Maria Cerna, an otolaryngologist who specializes in sleep medicine at UHealth.
Obstructive sleep apnea is a disorder of airway obstruction. A lot of times it leads to symptoms such as snoring, daytime sleepiness, fatigue, not waking up feeling rested, morning headaches.
When standard treatments didn't work, Don turned to a surgical solution. Dr. Cerna implanted this device, which helps to open up his airway, allowing him to breathe normally and get a good night's sleep for the first time in years.
Neurostimulation treatment is a newer way of treating obstructive sleep apnea. It's a device that gets implanted under the skin and connects to the nerve that innervates muscles of the tongue and upper airway. So what this device does, it provides stimulation to the upper airway muscles during sleep, and it keeps the airway open.
Patients operate the device using a remote control.
When it's time to turn it on, you push this button.
Don says he and his wife are now sleeping soundly thanks to Dr. Cerna and the UHealth team.
I find myself much better rested with this. You feel much better.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke. I'm still at Haggerty Garage and Social. And that is a Ferrari SF90 behind me, making this one of the coolest conference rooms in South Florida. It's one of the latest and greatest vehicles from Ferrari. It's a hybrid, and you can bring your friends, your family, your colleagues, associates, have a meeting here, socialize, and do so with this excellent vehicle behind you. And you can sleep well at night knowing that you're the one with the coolest connection in town. And speaking of sleeping well at night, there are many ways that you can improve your sleep, from finding a cool, dark place to be, having a comfortable bed, but this one is pretty unusual. Listen to this. In fact, it would be easier to tell you why my mouth is taped shut without the tape on my mouth. This is Sloan, and she regularly tapes her mouth shut, but not for any weird reason. Sloan, why do you tape your mouth shut?
It honestly just helps me sleep better.
So this is like a thing that people have been discovering recently, that they might have sleep apnea, they snore, and that they're able to sleep better by taping their mouth shut.
Yeah, so I follow a lot of really crazy health people on Instagram, and so I had seen things talking about just breathing out of your mouth tape staying on when you sleep, and then it sort of blew up on TikTok. I was using Scotch tape, and I would wake up with it in my hair, it would be on somewhere else in my bed, and it just didn't really work as well. And then I found hostage tape, and it's super comfortable. You can still breathe through it. I know a lot of people like get afraid of the concept of not being able to breathe, but you're still able to. And I love it. I go into like a coma almost every night when I go to sleep. I wake up feeling refreshed every single morning.
All right, so when did you decide to start taping your mouth?
I would say probably 2 years ago. And then I started using hostage tape a few months ago. But nothing works as well as hostage, I would say.
What are the benefits that you've noticed the difference of since beginning the process?
I would just say deeper, better sleep. My anxiety is a million times better. I'm gonna geek out a little bit, but when you breathe out of your mouth, it releases more cortisol. So as you're breathing out of your mouth at night, you're just increasing your stress levels. And so my anxiety is basically dissipated. My workouts are a million times better. It just helps keep my heart rate lower. My like resting heart rate stays super low throughout the day now.
I actually tried it recently in preparation for this segment, and I generally have pretty good sleep, and I would notice for me that I felt a great increase on the nights where I felt the difference. Some nights, honestly, I didn't feel that much of a difference, but the nights that I did, like you said, it's like coma, you wake up, you feel amazing, refreshed, no like lethargy, like, oh, I just got out of bed, feeling great. What would you say to somebody who's a little nervous about trying this?
I would just say try it once. Try it when you're taking a nap. Try it when you're going for a run or something. It's really good when you work out to help regulate your breath and your heart rate then too. So do it in a small way. Maybe don't go all the way into a full night's rest if you're that worried about it. But if you try it, you're not going to regret it.
We're actually about to speak with the co-founder of Hostage Tape, Benjamin Reed, and he's going to tell us why he made this specific product for this problem. But before I do that, Sloan, is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience with taping your mouth?
The only other thing that I'm going to add is that for women, it may seem a little weird, but it actually helps your whole facial structure. So my jaw line has gotten a million times better. My eyes always look more alert. I'm always petrified about the bags underneath my eyes. And ever since I started using it, it's not hardly been a problem.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience. I know it's an odd experience to share, but you seem to love it.
Yes, love it, absolutely. I don't knock it until you try it.
All right, well, speaking of which, we're going to talk to Benjamin Reed now. Whether you're coming to get some work done, you want to watch a replay of a race, or when they have events going on with live races, they've got a beautiful setup here for you to be comfortable, enjoy yourself, and be around what you love. If that's cars, this is the place for you. Now, meet me at Publix. Eating healthy on its own can already be a mission, but if you're in a hurry, it gets even worse. But fortunately, we're here at Publix to find out how they're making it easier for you to not only eat healthy, but to get food in general. Let's go meet Lindsay. Hey Lindsay, good to see you.
Good to see you.
So tell me about all of these items you have here to make people's lives easier and more convenient.
Yes, so we have a lot of great options when you're in a hurry, or things at lunch when you're on the go. We have a lot of quick, ready to heat items that are quick at lunch to warm up.
And why is that good for the average person that's shopping for dinner, lunch, or whatever?
Yeah, so all of us are starved for time, right? So we're in a hurry, we want to quickly grab some things during that lunchtime. So we have a number of different options you can choose from. Everything from chicken to meatloaf, different turkey meatloaf options that you can quickly grab and heat up on your way.
Now, you've got a lot of options here that are cold, that can either be consumed that way or heated up. What if I want something on the hot side?
Well, we're actually right here at our deli. We have a lot of hot options that you can grab and go right then.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Just like Lindsay said, the deli had plenty of hot options from veggies to sides, meats. I can make a whole meal here, but what if I want to cook a meal? I just don't want to get all the ingredients. Lindsay has an answer.
Yeah, so over here, these are our newer meal kits. So our Aprons meal kits, they're all ready. All the ingredients are already in there, pre-measured, and they're quick. All of them are less than 20 minutes to cook.
Wow, and you've got some larger options here as well, and it kind of takes the guesswork out of cooking.
Exactly. You know exactly which ingredients you need. We've already thought that through for you, pre-measured, and it's all together in one bag.
Yes, and as the host of SoFlo Health, I have to say that the majority of what I see here is pretty healthy right off the bat.
It is. The option I picked up was actually chicken and zucchini, and like I said, it's all pre-measured, so you won't have leftover vegetables or leftover ingredients sitting out. Now it's all there for you.
Well, Lindsay, thank you so much for showing us all of this. If somebody wants to learn more, how can they?
They can go on to Publix.com and check out our Aprons meal kits and see the different options we have. We also have options to get them delivered. So through Instacart, you can go online and you can have those delivered right to your door, or you can pick them up in our curbside option.
Great. Well, again, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I know I talked a big game about cooking, but I think I'm just going to pick something up to go.
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot, Lindsay.
Thank you.
We'll continue to learn about the sleep and health benefits of taping your mouth shut when SoFlo Health returns.
This is the garage portion of Haggerty Garage and Social. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and this is easily my favorite part of this whole experience. Even if these aren't all of your cars, because they're definitely not, these are other people's cars, it's just cool to be around them, check them out, and if you're a car enthusiast especially, you have a lot to appreciate. Whether it's luxury, like on my left, we've got a couple of Rolls Royces, some Porsches, Bentley Continental GT, Lamborghini, and then on the other side, you've got some throwbacks of all kinds, and there's even an old BMW 3 Series back there that my mom would absolutely love. There's so much to see here, but you have to keep watching SoFlo Health. So let's go check back in with hostage tape and hear from the founder about how taping your mouth shut is good for your sleep. Benjamin, good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So tell us about hostage tape. I've got it right here, and I've used it myself, but from your words, what is hostage tape?
Is a flexible mouth tape that you put on at night to encourage nasal breathing.
Yeah, and we've talked to Sloan, and she's certainly had quite the difference. And there's some surprising ones too, like just facial structure, alertness throughout the day. Tell me about some of those.
Yeah, so one of the reasons I actually initially started it was due to my snoring. And so I really started to look into snoring and sleep, and then got introduced to sleep apnea and things like that, and the potential dangers of it.
Metabolic health is one of the major indicators that everybody's trying to figure out how to extend their life, how to oxygenate themselves, how to have a healthier heart. But something that you do every day, regardless if you're eating the right things or if you're working out, is breathing, and especially while you're asleep.
And sleep being one of those primary processes that's really how we rejuvenate. And how we refresh, and kind of the body heals itself.
So who would you say this is for?
Anyone that feels like they're possibly, if they wake up with dry mouth, if you wake up and you're urinating multiple times throughout the night, these are all potential indications that you are a mouth breather at night.
You mentioned sleep apnea, and people that have sleep apnea know that the CPAP machines can be terribly, they've gotten better over the years, but they can be terribly uncomfortable and cumbersome. So if you have a mild case that could be solved with something like this, that's far more comfortable and less anxiety inducing, and just a better quality of life overall. When I gave this a shot, I noticed that the first night that I went to sleep, I almost felt like my nostrils were getting bigger, and I was able to get what felt like even more oxygen by just doing that in a workout as well. So it's definitely something you will experience right away.
That even if you're actually already on a CPAP machine, there's actually research that shows that mouth taping can help improve compliance of it. Because anybody who's ever been in a CPAP machine will know that it's basically putting pressurized air often through your nose. And if you actually open your mouth, it creates this really uncomfortable pressure situation where like all the air will come out of your nose, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that mouth taping and hostage tape specifically can do is it actually helps with CPAP compliance, because for those people who do need that pressurized air for their obstructive sleep apnea, by keeping your mouth closed, it keeps that pressure loop intact, so that you can actually get the maximum benefits from your CPAP machine, and you don't get all of the as many of the uncomfortable side effects.
That's really good to know, and I'm glad that people are becoming more aware of this. In wrapping up here, if people would like to learn more about this and about hostage tape, how can they?
They can go to hostagetape.com. We have a resources link on there to really learn more and educate themselves.
Well, Benjamin, thank you so much for spending some time with us, educating us some more on breathing through our noses and creating something that's far more comfortable than some 3M tape or the other things that you mentioned before. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your opportunity.
You got it. This is a Ford Model T, and it is a horseless carriage. Of course, where the term car comes from, being carriage, but we forget that the horse part was once attached, other than when we talk about horsepower, and there's plenty of horsepower in this room. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke, and Haggerty Garage and Social has a little bit for everyone, whether it's this 1910 Ford Model T behind me or the future of cars with the Lucid Air and the Porsche Taycan. It's all here, and if you're a car enthusiast, this is definitely the place to be. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you to Haggerty Garage and Social for having us here today, showing us hospitality and all of these wonderful cars. As always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, it's goodbye and good health. Next week on SoFlo Health, this arcade store can help you build your own arcade with a blast from the past and pinball of the future. Plus, vegan Asian food that's healthy, spicy, and delicious. All of that and more is next week on SoFlo Health. We'll see you then.